Konnichiwa!
So hey Joel, how would you like to teach kids about Japan today?
Gee whiz, I love Japan.
So how'd you guys like to learn about Japan?
Well, let's do it! So if you guys haven't known by now, I'm going to teach you a little bit about Japan. So to start off, here's the flag. This is the Japanese flag right here. This little guy right here, that represents the sun. I mean, it doesn't have the rays, but it's the sun. And that's about it for the flag.
So hey, here's a map of Japan. The capital city of Japan is called Tokyo.
Another famous city you might know in Japan is Hiroshima. You might know this one because we bombed them in World War II.
Yeah, we did. And if you didn't know, Japan's actually surrounded by water.
That's right. It's also known as an island.
Japan consists of 6 islands in the Pacific Ocean. It's a very small country.
It's around the size of California.
Yeah, it's 378,000 kilometers squared.
That's funny because, let me think, it's about 235,000 miles squared.
Yeah, and it's 1,239,612,000 square feet.
Wow. Let me think. Oh, get this. It's around 14,875,344,000 inches.
Wow. The population of Japan is 127 million.
That is a huge number considering how small their land is. And it's actually, their growth rate is going down with the deaths being so many people are dying from old age. Who knows what them people are dying for. But yeah, there's not as many births as deaths, so the population growth rate is about negative 0.13.
Now we're going to talk about Japan's babies. Everybody loves babies except for Japan. They're only allowed 1 baby per family.
Japan's infant mortality rate is about 2.5 babies per 1,000, so we have about 998 healthy babies here, but every 2.8 are dead.
Japan is a very smart country.
Yeah, over 99% of the people can read and write.
The religion is Buddhism.
Yeah, they're pretty religious. Now for the fun facts, the GDPs.
And the GDPs are always fun in Japan because of such a great economy. The purchase rate in Japan is 4.2 trillion.
That's compared to the United States, 13.7 trillion.
And then the exchange rate for Japan's GDP is 4.3 trillion.
That's compared to the USA's 13.8 trillion.
Now it's time for exports.
And here's some of them. Food, like fish.
Machinery and technology.
And this is one of Japan's major exports. Probably their biggest one. Cars.
Now,
Imports.
gas.
Raw materials.
Computers.
Wood.
Import that they really like is tea. Just look at this old man.
Ooh, I love tea. It's so good for you.
BOT.
Balance of trade. In Japan, they export about 678 billion.
Yeah, while the U.S. exports 1.2 trillion.
And Japan imports probably 573 billion.
While the U.S. 2 trillion.
And so this gives Japan a positive balance of trade, which is great for the economy.
But however, the U.S. has a negative balance of trade.
The U.S. is about
Roughly
$731 billion in the whole, while Japan's 200 billion up. And now for the inflation rate. Japan's is almost as low as you can go with 0.1%.
while the United States is 3.
Japan's unemployment rate is 3.8%.
That's true, and the United States is 4.5.
Now for a little summary of what we feel about Japan. Japan is a country on the rise. They have very smart people, they're very technological based, and they export more than they import, giving them a good balance of trade.
They're very well run, but they don't have the most natural resources of anyone.
Which could lead into some troubles in the future if they ever have any arguments with other countries.
But right now, it's all good in the hood.